Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of how to make a good board. Today I'll be kind of going over the different sections of the board, and I know a lot of you already know what sections you need and whatnot, but kind of treat this as a refresher or maybe a guide to kind of get you going, because something that I like to do whenever I'm starting a new board is to outline all of my sections so I'm not overwhelmed by how large the board is, right? So first off, you need to have some sort of introduction section, and this can be multiple sections as well. Like I'm not going to put my hypothesis with my problem, right? So in your introduction sections, you should have kind of what the problem you're trying to solve is, what has previously been done, so like your literature review, and then how you're different from those in your literature review, and then also like what your hypothesis is, what your engineering goal is, and all of that stuff. And all of that is in the introduction. It gives the context for your project. So you answer the questions like, why does your project matter? Why is your project different, right? What is your project trying to do? So that's kind of what you're trying to answer in the introduction section, both on your board and when you're presenting out loud, that I think I'll talk about later in the course. Next is the methods and materials. You don't have to list out every single material that you use. I'm certainly not going to list out kind of the paper towels that I use to clean up or my computer that I use for Google searches, right? That's not kind of the important part because sometimes space on your board is really limited. So you want to keep it to like the key materials that you use. Like I did a microplastics project. I'm going to talk about the microplastics, right? Or I use ultrasound in my project. I'm going to talk about how I generated that ultrasound, right? So those kind of important things you want to have on your board, and anything really that you mention in your method section should be in your materials, right? So the judge isn't confused of where you magically summoned a few, I don't know, a few thousand microplastics from, right? So that's the importance of the materials and methods section. And this is so kind of also the judge for the methods section, the judge knows what you did, how you did it. And it's more believable when you have a method section, right? If you just say, I got these results and never tell them how you did it, I don't think they'll really believe you. Like this is not a magic show, this is science fair. After your method section, you should have some sort of results section. So in the results section, you can present the things that you found, maybe charts and graphs. If you really want to, you can include some tables. I'm not a big fan of tables, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But make sure whatever you're presenting is easy to understand, easy to read, and compelling, and presents like the good parts of your project. And then finally, you want to have some sort of conclusions, discussions, applications, those sorts of sections. So in that you kind of recap your entire project and reiterate why it's important to the real world, right? The judge isn't going to really care about something that doesn't affect them or affect the real world or solve a problem in some way, right? So you want to make sure that you have applications on your board. You have some, hey, what if I can do this in the future, right? Here's what I would do in the future, right? Judges love that vision, and that's probably what you should have on your board as well. So that's it for kind of the sections of your board. I know it was a very broad overview, but I know a lot of you guys already know what should be included and what not. And in the future, we'll take a look at some really good boards as an example. So thank you very much for listening to this video, and I hope you guys all have a great day. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. As always, I'll have links in the description below. If you want one-on-one tutoring, I have a Google form for that. Also, if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email. My email will also be in the description, or leave a comment and I'll see if I can get to it as soon as possible. Finally, if you learned something new or you wanted to support my work, there's a link down below that you can buy me a coffee or support my work. All of that is not mandatory, but I would really appreciate if you did that. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you guys soon.